M. Machesa et puis Blanc-Mécor.
The character of our country tomorrow depends on the extent to which our young people are equipped to assume the mantle of responsibility. To place emphasis on the youth is to articulate an act of faith in a better tomorrow for our people. The late Louis George, Education Minister. It is my responsibility to tell the stories and to relate the realities of substance, leadership, and perseverance, bringing you the evidence of good governance, transforming lives, the literature and principles, performance, importance, and brilliance of the United Workers' Party. I am Diana Williams, and this is the UWP Working for You.
Hello everyone, I'm Norbert Williams, right here on Sky FM 93.1. Join me Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. for the morning edition of Keeping It Real. And on Tuesdays and Fridays, Minerva Ward joining me from Canada, right near the North Pole. Although it's cold over there, it's gonna be hot in here. Don't you forget, Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. on GVD TV and streaming live on Facebook. Don't you miss it. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning to you. How am I looking here today? There we go. There we go. I'm getting too tall. Is that better? That's perfect. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and welcome once again to the morning edition of Keeping It Real. I'm yours truly, Norbert Williams. That's right, folks. Another day. It's Thursday. And if you're in the north, as far as I know, it's a little bit rainy. Well, we had some early morning showers, light showers, showers of blessing in St. Lucia. And at 15 minutes after 6 in the morning, it's going to be another lovely day. Don't you think so? A lovely day. And what do we have here today? What do we have here today? We have quite a number of you already in the diaspora. Bonjour Martinique, bonjour Cayenne, buenos dias Puerto Rico, good morning, good afternoon. In the United Kingdom, good morning. In the US of A, US Virgin Islands, St. Croix, St. John, British Virgin Islands, Tortola, Greece. Who's out there in Greece? I just saw Greece. Good morning to you, Australia. Good morning to you, Ecuador. You know anybody in Ecuador? Well, buenos días y muchas gracias para escuchar Sky FM 93.1 en Santa Lucía en el Caribe. And good morning to you, 93.1 Sky FM, just one frequency around St. Lucia, so don't you touch that dial. Don't you touch it at all. Of course, hear the birds and the bees and the early morning sounds to get you out of bed if you haven't gotten out yet. Some people can't get out of bed if Keeping It Real is not on the air. They're waiting. And everyone's, what's going on? Where's Keeping It Real? Where's Norbert? Where are you? Sending messages and what's going on? I can't get my early morning fix. And if you're having coffee, if you're a coffee person, or if you're whatever kind of person you are early in the morning, if you like your tea or your boisden or trois tasses or feuille longette, or your cocoa tea, or if you're a juice person, like you know who. Good morning to you. Good morning to Viewfort. Good morning to Canaries. Good morning to Denry, Miku, Choiseul, Labrie. Good morning to London. Hey, London town. Morning to you. Hey, good morning to Bagatelle. Good morning. Man, Champagne, it's time to get up. Come on. Champagne is a fella. He can't get up early. Morning, Champagne. Good morning. Entrepot. Hey, Popo. Entrepot. Good morning to Independence City. Good morning to, Wavin Chabot, Bocage, Cedars. If I get into that today, I'll never stop calling names, of the different communities and where people have demanded you gotta call my neighborhood. Tired of hearing you call everybody else, but you don't call me. Hey God, good morning. Capitol Hill, good morning. Citygate, good morning to you. Hey, Citygate. Morning, La Clary. Vide bouteille, empty bottle, vide bouteille. Good morning to you. Some of you never thought of that, eh? Vide bouteille. Huh? Potato Woods, Bois Patat. That's right. Mondedon, Egad Lands. Morning to you. Kabish, Babono, Plateau. Morning to you. Guanavin, bonjour. Bexon, Cul-de-Sac, Roseau, Marigot. Morning, Masque. Anselare. That's the big place. It's keeping it real town. Anselare, Market Street. Good morning to you. Judah. Bonjour, Sakafetla. Good morning to you, folks. Good morning. What happened to La Clary? La Clary. We're going to have a board meeting, about, your pay. I don't know what to tell you. Some people seem to think that La Clary. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Oh, folks. So let me tell you. It's over here in St. Lucia. It is right now 79 degrees, going up to a high today of 86. Wow, temperature just changed. At 6:20, it's 81 degrees already. 81 degrees, going up to a high today of 86. A chance of rain today, practically no chance of rain. 3%, 4% chance of rain throughout today and this evening. So it's going to be somewhere about mid-afternoon. The clouds are just going to burn off. And it's just going to be soleil. Chalet. Well, just about 1 o'clock, it's going to be the hottest for the day. Just about 88. Just for a short while. And then it's going to start cooling off into the afternoon. 81, so the high is 88. Mostly sunny today, and I'm Norbert Williams from the Sky FM Weather Center. How you like that, folks? A lot of people like that, Weather Center. Good morning to you. And people already sending their messages. And what's this one? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, well, I was going to tackle that today. Let's see here. I'm not going to get into that yet. Not quite yet. Where are we today now, folks? Where are we? Morning to you if you're combing your hair, if you're on a bus. The minibus drivers, good morning. Good morning to the police officers. Good morning to you. Good morning to the nurses and the doctors and the dentists and the firemen. Firemen! Blaze up your hose, man. Raise up your hose. Good morning to the Bordelais corrections officers. Morning, Canada. Toronto. Let me speak properly. You know, it's easy when you live in certain places when people try to pronounce the place names, you know. Immediately, you know if they're from the area or if they're visiting. Because most people going to Canada, in fact everyone, going to Canada, going to the capital, well, not the capital, but the most populous city over there, as far as we're concerned, is Toronto. Toronto, Toronto. And the moment you say that, Toronto, they know you're a foreigner. Because they don't say Toronto in Canada. They say Toronto. The T is kind of like hushed, silent. Toronto. It's just like in the USA. If you go into that city, northeast of New York City, well, not the city, the state. You know, the tri-state area is New Jersey, New York, and what's the C state? Connecticut. A lot of people go over there and they say Connecticut. But the T in the middle is silent for those people, so they say Connecticut. So the moment Mumao alela ekyo dubutu ekudi, now we take Connecticut. You're like, whoa, something's not right there. It's just like if somebody comes here and they say, well, I'm going to Bois Patat. You say Bois Patat. You get it, folks? But to a local, nothing's out of the ordinary if you say Bois Patat. But for somebody who doesn't know the little idiosyncrasies, you know, and they see it written down, BOISPATAT, they'll say boys, not understanding that BOIS is a derivative, it's from French, you know, so they'll say boys, you know, it's bois. There are lots of different types of bois. And bois can pêche, bois cannelle. So, just a little early morning class, you know, right here. Take a deep breath, folks. Are you doing your exercise this morning? I'm looking out the Sky FM studio window, and from here, it's all clouds, all gray. Maybe you'll get a little drizzle. Somebody sent me a message. In Connecticut, in quotes, Connecticut, isn't it the C that is silent? No, it's Connecticut. Yes, you're correct. That's right. It's the second C. That's right, caller. See, I've been confused there. Connecticut. I pronounced it right, but I stated it wrong. Whatever. What do you want, a cookie? You want a prize? Okay. I'll get you a prize. All right? I'll get you a C prize. Yeah. Folks, people, you know, the Keeping It Real crew is on the ball, you know. They're on the ball. LaClery, where are you, man, this morning? What's going on? We need our thought for the day to get things going on. 26 minutes after 6. If you make it to 6:30 there, brother, man, you're going to be docked your pay for today. I don't know. Don't hate me because I'm just a messenger, you know. Just a messenger. Okay. So what can we talk about today? It's a rainy morning, a little bit. It's a Thursday. Elections are coming. And if you haven't done it yet, folks, go out and get your ID card renewed. If you've lost it, go get a new one. If you've never voted before and don't have an ID card, go register. Don't forget, You got to be registered to vote. Okay? You got to be registered to vote. There we go. And just so that you know, folks, just so that you know that Keeping It Real is also on Facebook. Facebook.com/Keeping It Real. And also on the Sky FM Facebook page. Facebook.com/SkyFMSLU. So it's Facebook.com/SkyFMSLU. And also Facebook.com/Keeping It Real SLU. How you like that? And of course, our live stream is live.skyfm.slu. And if you want to watch us on TV, on cable TV, we're on GVD TV channel 115. And if you want to listen to us in your car, we're on the FM band, and the frequency is 93.1 FM, or 93.1 megahertz. That's right. Let me get it right. And if you have Bluetooth in your vehicle, all the better. It just plays throughout. Anywhere in the world, any Japan, Australia, could be in Chicago. Did you hear last week, folks, and I think maybe I mentioned it, did you hear that Ohio, if I remember correctly, Ohio has started up a lottery for the COVID-19 vaccine. And there are going to be 5 prizes, one each week. It's going to be a draw. So I guess maybe you get a ticket or something, or it's done on the system. Every week, one person who takes the COVID-19 vaccine will win, guess how much? $1 million. $1 million. The incentive to take the vaccine. Because of the importance, and you have to ask yourself, what is the reason for that? Why $1 million? Well, all you have to do is just go through a simple process of mathematics. All they have to do is just look at how many people have to be hospitalized, what the cost is, and figure out, hey, if it's costing us $20 million a month or a week to take care of people who are critically ill or very sick from COVID-19, if we can get people to vaccinate and give out a prize of $1 million for people to, that's some incentive. Wouldn't you go get vaccinated for a chance to win $1 million in these times, in these hard guava times? Well, Philip J. Pierre wouldn't know about guava or hard guava times because he don't eat guavas. He wouldn't know. He's out of touch. He's out of touch, so out of touch. And he's holding his head when he's not around. Oh, 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 oh. Philip J. Pierre is out of touch. It's no other conclusion you can come to from based on the information that he himself has given. It's out of touch. Out of touch. You don't eat guavas. He doesn't eat guavas, but he plays around with tomatoes. He plays around with tomatoes. He doesn't eat guavas. He doesn't go buying local bread. He don't dance. The man don't dance, man. I don't know, foolish. They don't dance, but I saw him dancing. He don't dance. The man don't shop at the supermarket. He doesn't go to the supermarket. But I eat food. This has got to be a classic. I don't shop at the supermarket, but I eat food. Well, duh. You eating rocks? Sometimes, folks, come on. Let's keep it real. Sometimes people say things and it's just fodder for fun. Nothing wrong in that. If the man say it, and you're a politician, you say some things. Some things are not warranted, and other things you just open yourself up to it. Well, I don't shop at the supermarket. I don't go to the supermarket, but but I eat food. Hey, I tell you. But I want to jump right into it this morning because it's 6:32 and LeClaire is late today again. So I don't know what you think we should do because of that. Good morning to the minibus drivers. Morning to the minibus drivers. Good morning to those of you on a minibus right now, maybe in Vieux-Fort, maybe Labrie, Choiseul, Soufrière, Dennery, Micoud. And it's parked there. It's waiting to move. Not enough people on board yet. Driver, tiye kou la, se moun la vle ale. Sorti la. There's only 3 of you on the bus. Let's go. Yeah, c'est la ka fou, eh? 3 people on a bus and you're moving from Vieux-Fort? And those of you already on the way, flying up the highways and byways of St. Lucia to Castries, down to Vieux-Fort, wherever you're going. Driver, just tell them station ain't changing. 93.1 Sky FM all the way up. Cruising. Wherever you're going to in St. Lucia. That's the station on the minibuses now. And if you listen to us and you're going to catch a bus to go wherever, you tell the bus driver, put that thing on Sky FM. Sky FM bus driver. Driver! Sky FM. You don't want to listen to Roro radio. You don't want to listen to Powell GT radio. You want to listen to Sky FM, the people's radio. That's right. 93. Ek di bien ou sav, 93.1. Ek se vie radio azan zot ni a motoka zot en bekisa. Ki pa apon station ici. Change it. Take it out. In St. Lucia. I wonder who that could be late this morning. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Ah, my friend. I don't know what's going on.
You know, sometimes you have to pretend to you're dead to catch cabo.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And you make me feel important. Because that's the way you realize that people, you know, how important you are, you know.
So you're playing hard to get.
But are easy to get. You know, life is a game, you know. It's chess. It's like chess.
Yeah.
You know?
Make your move.
You must know how to play it.
That's
play it
right.
well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You must play it well. Is it possible to transform all thorns into flowers so that the world can become a garden of flowers? Of course it is possible, because that is the plan of the Supreme Gardener, the one who transforms all thorns into flowers. But where are the thorns? There are thorns of anger, thorns of jealousy and pride, thorns of ego, with the thought that I am more important than anyone around me, and thorns of lust. These thorns exist because of misinformation. This misinformation of self is the biggest thorn from which other thorn grows out of. The Supreme Gardener transforms all thorns into flowers by the process of education. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. That's the man, Mr. LeClaire, there, with your keeping it real thought for the day. And what's this person saying there? Okay. Yeah, so I was saying, you gotta tell your bus driver, from the time you get on, driver, put that thing on Sky FM. Put that thing on Sky FM, man, and don't touch it. Don't touch it. And this morning, folks, I want to bring to your attention some absolute nonsense that has been going around. And if you know, folks, come on. Anybody with any modicum of sense or sensibility is not going to fall for such shenanigans. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Mr. Nobot, morning.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Not too bad at all. I want to say good morning to all St. Lucians.
Yeah.
And I want to thank God for the breath of life.
Yeah.
For being in the land of the living one more time. I pray that He put His blessings upon everyone this morning. those that are tuning to your radio station, that they would learn something positive. So at the end of the day, when they open their mouth, that they would be able to say whatever they say or they're talking about, they have the full positive proof to talk about it, and not just repeating what we hear people say on the street.
That's right.
So I just ask God to bless this program and the rest of the program that will be coming on this radio station for the rest of the day. So do have a wonderful one, Mr. Nobot, and if it takes for me to call again, I will.
Thank you very much. Have a great day. Thank you. Thanks for keeping it real. Somebody wants to know, are your ties made by your mom? Very creative, huh? Well, they're made by me. No, they're not made by my mother. Although that would be great. I have quite a lot of ties. Maybe somebody needs to learn to make ties and make a tie for me, bow ties. So anyway, let me just pull something up here, because I want to bring to your attention something, folks, okay? I just want to bring something to your attention. And yesterday, here we go. I'm not even going to talk about that idiotic phone call to a talk show. And the talk show host or hostess was just sitting there, which leads me to believe it was all a setup. It was no random call. It was staged. But the talk show host was just sitting there listening to an idiot spew a bunch of nonsense. You know? Some people have no regard for their own reputation, for their own credibility, for their own image, and allow themselves to be used. You know, some people don't think, well, I'm going to do this and block this, and the host is just sitting there. It's just incredible. But there's this most ridiculous. I mean, the moment I read past the first few lines, I knew immediately that it was absolute garbage. But the people who, for whatever reason, the people who are so alarmed or concerned about it, they're just regular people, because, folks, you have to think before you spread, before you hit forward. No, you have to think. And this thing goes, well, it's the first part of it says the St. Lucia Prime Minister seeks backing of international community for the postponement of St. Lucia elections for 2 years. Folks, you don't even need to go past that. You don't even need to get past that. Absolute nonsense. That's a bunch of shit. Oops, don't say it. A bunch of shit. It's absolute nonsense. St. Lucia's Prime Minister seeks the backing of the international community for the postponement of St. Lucia elections by 2 years. Now, when you read that, what's that designed to do? You can see, folks, to rile people up, to get people agitated, to try to dictate to the government what to do, create an atmosphere where the government is almost forced into doing what you want them to do. So you creating all types of uproar outside, so that what you're proposing might seem to be a good idea. You know, it's kind of like these people, Munchausen syndrome by proxy. You know, it's these people that work in a hospital or take care of children. It could be a mother, a parent. Koyoka fe o malad, man. They make you sick. They put stuff in your food. Slow poison. What's one of the most usual ones? Arsenic or whatever it is. And it just makes you lethargic. It makes you tired. Upan ou pan force, ou pan lavi, ou just la ka coucher, yo ka ba ou soupek. En soupe la même, yo ka ba ou pou ba ou force. Yo ka mette un tic-tac bay la en bay la. Pour faire ou pli. Faible. They make you sick. Or they make the children sick. And then they come and take care of you, give you soup, tout kalte bagay, to make you better, to make themselves look good. Munchausen syndrome by proxy. There's sick people out there. There's sick people. Ada femme ka fe nom sa, ada nom ka fe moun sa, ada moun ka fe lot moun sa. Fe yo malad, man. And then they'll tell you, I'll make a special tea for you, no? My mother used to make this thing. They tell you take one thing, or they put one thing to make you sick. And they give you the antidote, but you don't know they're the ones who making you sick. So all how you're looking at it, the other person is the one who's making you better. Me say, yo mem en commencement, ka fe ou malade. So c'est même bay la, c'est vieux kosa ka fe Saint-Licy. Fait toi ka en pays ya. Ek fait comme si dit, c'est yo ki ni solution. Create problems. Encourage people not to follow the protocols. Toi ka ek police. Create an atmosphere where people seeing people flaunting what's going on. The government can't do this, the government can't control. We can do it. It's all very attractive. You see? That's what is Munchausen syndrome by proxy. Go look it up. So I was reading this thing here. Folks, St. Lucia's Prime Minister seeks backing of the international community for the postponement of St. Lucia elections for 2 years? How is that possible? Which international community? Where? Where the news for that? Where's the information? Tutsa we say just forward. No official source. Nobody in the media reported. It's on no publication online. It's not on the internet. It's not on TV. It's not on radio. Pièce côté. Mais tout moun ka forward, yo ka fall. How is it? St. Lucia's constitution is St. Lucia's constitution. Let's just turn it around. You think the US can come to St. Lucia to postpone their elections by 2 years? How? St. Lucia has no jurisdiction. Are we in a state of war in St. Lucia? Are we in a state of intense or a calamity? An asteroid slammed into St. Lucia? Martinique is invading St. Lucia? Trinidad has decided to invade St. Lucia. In fact, the only circumstance in our constitution under which elections can be postponed, if you will, is if St. Lucia is at war, if there's a state of war. The Germans, the Russians, the Greeks, the Barbadians are invading St. Lucia. We're in a state of war. You can have elections during that time. That's what the Constitution makes room for. And they go further. You know, they're crafty, but they write it as if you écris comme si c'est imbécile. The thought process, the words, the structure is there, but throughout it, you can spell ou sav Adam Powell incorrect. Mette D for thee pour faire quoi c'est un monde qui dek. Mais you're bien smart. Tansa, at the most recent meeting with officials from the United States, revealed that over the past month, the Prime Minister of St. Lucia sought the backing of the United States for the postponement of general elections for at least 2 years. Last month, the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, just like the other prime ministers before him, Kenny Anthony, Stephenson King, John Compton, and whoever else was there when elections was called. It is the prerogative of the Prime Minister to decide when elections will be called within the Constitution. Get that in your head. you will not be the ones to decide when elections will be called. Elections will be announced between today and July the 12th. We know that. They all accept it. They all say it. But Kisa, oh, it's an abuse of the Constitution. It's abuse of his power. How? How? The Constitution says 5 years from the first sitting of Parliament after elections is the life cycle of the government. If the Prime Minister does not call elections by July the 12th, Parliament will be dissolved automatically anyway. So give the man a chance. Give the Prime Minister a chance. Stop trying to call it ou pas un gouvernement. Get that in your thick skulls. Ou pas un gouvernement. You want me to say that in a different way for peace ou pas copanagli? Ou pas un gouvernement. The Prime Minister is the one who is charged with the responsibility to announce it, to ring the bell. Take your time. Take your time. Ki manye ou etchet ko ha? Ki manye ou pasapon ko ha? Huh? Do your do. But you see, the thing is that they're scared. The more time passes by, say, please, you can manger on a lot and didan la yo. Kon zanimo, you can manger on a lot. Can manger on a lot. Take it easy. Good morning to you if you getting ready to get out of the house, or if you're driving out now, heading down to work, 6:48 in the morning. And just to remind you folks, the number in the studio, if you want to give me a ring-a-ling on the ting-a-ling, studio number is 456-0931. And WhatsApp is 485-0931. Good morning, you on the air. Let's keep it real.
Morning, Beige.
Morning, Ma. What's going on, Beji?
I will call you yesterday, Ma, to give you some news about that same thing. I know where that's coming from, because let me tell you, the morning, St. Lucia, the morning, Balaro Conway, the morning, the elderly statesmen, for Peter Josie and Sir Michael Shasta, Dr. Sean Bevan George on the frontline team. Good morning. Keep up the work of excellence. Beige.
Yeah.
You know what that stuff there? That about our great Prime Minister, Sir Michael Shasta? Is that guy Joseph Godfrey?
Hey.
I got a phone call yesterday. Yesterday morning I got a phone call. Okay? And he's in a group. And the group is a Christian group. And he brought the politics into it. And he told him that.
Caller, hold on a second here. That's not our group. We ain't interested in that group or what he said in the group. We're interested in... ain't interested in that, man.
All right. That's for Joseph Godfrey, your buddy. Anyhow, let me go a little further. We got one of the operatives of the SFB walking around and talking about Shasta is this, Sir Michael Shasta is this, Sarah Shasta is this, and there's that and the next. And let me get ahead of this. Shazito, you see man by talking and trying to pull down.
Caller, let me tell you something. Caller, hold on a second. Let me tell you something. When you have already established that the drivel that is spewing, the bava that is spewing from the mouths of idiots, from people who all they can do is run their mouth, from people who don't have a leg to stand on, who we all know just pure nonsense, a bunch of nonsense, a bunch of garbage. We just talk until the cows come home. If you don't say a word, they will talk and listen because they're talking to themselves. Because when they talk and you try to reason or you want to make a point, they just keep talking because they're on a mission, like a drone. And they're not stopping, and doesn't matter who it is that they call. They're just going on and on and on and on and on and on. You know that these men are on a paid mission. So I don't have time to waste here. When people who want to make when people who want to make meaningful contributions, and by proxy, I'm not going to allow them to have airtime, whether vicariously or indirectly, through my show. So let's roll on. It's a waste of time. I ain't wasting time.
That man Shazzy.
I said, did you hear what I just said?
Hold on, man. Let me tell you.
Did you hear what I just said?
Listen, man.
I tell you, listen, man, I am not the caller, you know. I tell you, I am not going to promote stupidity.
I don't tell you that. Listen.
So let's hear your thoughts on the issues now.
Discuss it. Oh, my God. I got so much things to talk about. It's amazing, man.
You have 1 more minute.
Let me call you back, man.
Okay, call back, get your thoughts together. I listen, man, when I tell you something here, I call in the shots here. Okay? I call in the shots. People ain't gonna come around and I ain't giving people airtime. Jokers out there. I ain't want to talk about them. What they say is empty, is worthless. There are people who want to call in here with meaningful contributions and to talk about things seriously or to ask questions, and we can talk about it. I ain't giving people double and triple time when they call throughout the day, all different stations and saying the same things. Go over there, call over there instead. 456, as I was saying earlier, 456-0931. 456-0931. And if you want to send us a message on WhatsApp, the WhatsApp number, I'm not taking regular calls via WhatsApp. You have to call via WhatsApp or you send a message via WhatsApp. Okay? Because WhatsApp is for people in the diaspora and those who have no credit or whatever and want to make a call, want to contribute. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I would like to make a contribution on your show.
Sure.
Yeah, I can remember in 1997, St. Lucia gave the St. Lucia Labour Party a mandate of 16-1 to govern this country.
Yeah.
1997 to 2001 is 4 years.
Yes.
So if you have a mandate to govern, okay, you could have changed laws. You could have done anything with that mandate. What were you seeking in 4 years' time to go back to the poll?
Why? Why? That's the question to ask. Why?
Exactly. What were you seeking? Because you had the mandate of 16-1 to do whatever you wanted to do. And you claimed at that time that you wanted to change course. Okay? You wanted to change course because you wanted a new direction for St. Lucia. There you had the 16-1 to chart the new way forward. But in 4 years, you wanted another mandate. A mandate for what?
Yeah.
I cannot understand that.
Let me break it down for you, caller. Here's my analysis of the paralysis. Even with such an overwhelming majority of 16-1, after 4 years, the SLP already realized that they were dwindling in popularity. That what they were doing was not, listen well, was not to the liking of St. Lucians. So they figured before things got worse, it would be better to lose 1 year and gain 5 more whilst they were still ahead, rather than to go another year and maybe not make it in and not gain anything. So it was a simple mathematical calculation.
Yeah, I understand that.
Lose 1
clearly,
and gain 5.
that.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I know that. But in 2021 now, this same government that was overthrown, with that coup d'etat of the banana industry and all that, the United Workers' Party was voted out of office, and the Labour Party was in. They spent 4 years, the recall election, it was 14-3. Okay? In 2021 now, you have this same bunch of guys coming back now, and who are their mentors? Sir John Compton, Stevenson King, and Roman Atlantico.
Yeah.
So where are the legacy of the St. Lucia Labour Party? Where are the George Charles? Where are the let me call them the Christopher Mason, these kind of people, that was the Latchers. Where are the legacy of the St. Lucia Labour Party? I don't get it.
Well, caller, you need to ask the guy from the east about that.
So you want to emulate the same persons that was not good. The way they were taking St. Lucia was in the wrong direction.
Following in their footsteps.
Yeah, now you want to follow in their footsteps. So what are you telling me today? I don't get it. I'm trying to get it because I've been listening to different talk shows.
Well, you know what, caller?
But I don't get it.
You know what? You'll never get it because it don't make sense.
I don't get it. Anyway.
Thank you, caller.
Thanks very much for allowing me to make that contribution.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you very much. Thanks for keeping it real. So I was saying earlier, well, this last caller said it quite clearly. But anyway, to that nonsense note that's floating around, folks, the Prime Minister has said it on more than one occasion that elections will be held as they are constitutionally due. Plain and simple. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Good morning, Mr. Nobot.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, I want to say a special blessed morning to the last caller. Mr. Nobot, these are the kind of things that people want to hear on radio. The man spoke like a gentleman, and people should question themselves as to how the Labour Party find themselves in that situation that they are so desperate. If they have to go to people's home and just hold them by the hand and take them a pen, a paper, and just vote for them, they will do it. You, like the man said, and I always ask him that question, 16-1, it means to say that the wave was on your side.
That was
one person alone stood. One, Louis George, deceased. May his soul rest in peace. And they used to ridicule him in the house, laugh at him and do everything. When you all call it back, it was 14-3. It shows the sign of
losing
your popularity is dropping. It shows that. When you call it again, the UWP got in. It means that St. Lucian's telling you all, awa.
From 14-3 to 11-6. What does that tell you?
What does it tell you? Your popularity has dropped tremendously.
But the bigger question is why? Upatika perform.
That is the question that all of us are asking.
You know what, caller? You know what? They needed some political Viagra. This Upatika perform.
Isamsa. You know, these are the questions that we're supposed to ask, and not when people call your show, they want to disrespect you and call my show and want to say whatever they want, champagne and orders. These are the kind of things that we need to hear. Why your popularity dropped so low that you lost the election and now you come in and ask people to vote. And they did trust them again, you know. It swing the other side after, when you call the election. It swing the other side. So right now they believe the same thing going to happen. Because St. Lucian seems to be believing in 11-6, 11-6, 11-6, 11-6. Eh bien, pour ça, pas garder pour ça. Go back to the drawing board, find out why St. Lucian's put you all there. And this time around, when you all see Alan Chastanet pass, jamais fait prime minister. And these are the kind of, when you ask St. Lucian's, the Labour Party supporters, why you all feel that Philippe J. Pierre deserves to be prime minister. First thing they're telling you, Alan Chastanet a fait top chimé. Et puis c'est un bouc blanc. You mean to tell me that gives you the reason for you to vote for Philippe J. Pierre?
That's the level.
A man that does not go to the supermarket, the man tell you straight off, he's not going to a supermarket, and he laugh at himself when he said that, I'm not a supermarket man. The man laughing at himself. You understand? You that have your little bakery, local bakery by the road, you expecting people to be driving by
support you.
To stop and support you.
Local. Support local.
Mr. Nobot, sometimes when I come in from Viewport, when I was at Samazo, there are times I just have to change my mind. Too many vehicles and people on the line, supporting the people in Dinnerinoff. And you telling me as an opposition leader You're not supporting local bakery. Not even guava. So if somebody who has a guava tree, the children have to go to school, they decide, hey, let me go and sell a few parcels of guava. You saying that you're not supporting that?
Move them.
We have. So you tell the institutions to do the same stupid thing that you're doing?
Ipa pick Guyav, mais il ka jouer avec Tomadoz.
You know, well, that column make my day. Honestly, that column make my day. We're reading from the same book. Why is it you all want to get in there? And what are your plans?
So badly.
What are your plans? Now, lastly, I said on the day before, and I asked myself a few questions, and that's for Philip J.P. The firearm, since the mission was not accomplished at the church, and the firearm was transferred to Philip J.P. Who make the call?
They had a relay, eh?
Is it Joachim that call and say, hey, the mission is not accomplished. Where will I meet you to transfer that firearm? Or is it a question I'm asking, eh? Or is it Philip J.P. that call and say, hey, how things went on? Well, boy, I didn't see the man or whatever, and the mission not accomplished. Where will I meet you to give you the firearm? There are questions in between. Who make the call?
People are asking all kinds of questions because a lot of details, significant details in that, especially surrounding that firearm, people are mystified. And a lot, whether rightfully or whatever, all different versions of questions are asked because there's a big hole, a big missing piece in this puzzle.
Now, you see the things that is spreading all over. Every day is a different thing about the Prime Minister. Because when somebody sent me that yesterday, I said, hey, let me send it on the chat. Okay? You mean to tell me somebody in the right state of mind, you sat down there, you thought of all of that.
Oh, they were in the right state of mind, for sure.
Put them together and post it. And you have people that call themselves Christians. I am not talking about Seventh-day Adventists. I am talking about Christians in general. Look at the things that the Labour Party have been doing for the past months, for the past year, against the Prime Minister, being disrespectful, and all of those things. You call yourself a Christian. And when I was growing up as a little boy, I was taught that a Christian means to be like Christ. Meaning that Christ is thinking of good things alone. Are you telling me as a Christian, you are supporting Labour Party so much that the corruption, the things that they are saying and they are doing, you supporting them and you go into a church and raise your hand up and praise God? Which God are you praising? Hypocrite. I end there.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you for keeping it real. Thank you very much. But, you know, bringing up that firearm issue with Joachim Henry, which was picked up, received, however it was conveyed by Philip J.P. and then the relay started from Joachim to Philip J.P. or to whoever, to Philip J.P. to Claudius Francis to the police. Was a relay. Good morning, you on the air. Let's keep it real.
Yes, okay, good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm just doing fine.
Great.
I'm just listening to you. I'm there watching you.
Oh.
Yes. Supporting Monsieur Dr. Secret 100%. Mrs. Ala Sapale, that's my friend. That's my man. Dr. Secret, maintenant, bien bonjour bon matin. And
Kala, ou ka koute ko an le radio, ni pou base radio, ay koute phone la. Okay, thank you very much.
And enjoy your rest.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Folks, when you call, please turn down your radio. I know people, like to hear themselves on the radio. You're on the air, but you can't do the two things at the same time. You have to turn on the radio because otherwise, ukaife sued. I got headphones on. You have to listen to your telephone. Or if there's other people listening to the radio that you want them to hear, you have to move away to another room or somewhere where, So back to that firearm situation there, because it's not going away, because they are very pertinent questions that are not being answered. What led Philip J. Pierre and Claudius Francis to believe that there was something going on, urgent enough to warrant the withdrawal, the taking away of the licensed firearm from Joachim Henry and bringing it to the police. Good morning, you're on the way, all the way from the UK. Let's keep it real.
Good morning, Mr. Robert.
Morning.
I just want to ask one question. The Labour Party. I just want to Philip J. Pierre or anyone in the Labour Party. I was listening to a clip there on Facebook, and I heard Philip J. Pierre say his plan for the youth, two questions. His plan for the youth is about marijuana. I heard him talk about marijuana and farming. But what I'm saying, what is the difference of what the government is doing there now? I don't want to get the difference. Because what he said is, he doesn't say he's going to be better. He only saying, I will do this, I'll do that. But that's not what we want. We want something where he's saying, I can do better than what the government is doing. And my next question is, no, but I heard you just said he gave $4,000 break. That doesn't happen in the UK. It doesn't happen anywhere in the world. Where you can give mercy, that means no refugees will pay tax, no policeman will pay tax. How can you run the country? How can that can happen?
Well, I don't know.
And I'm asking, we in the diaspora asking,
Call it.
to answer us where he's going to take their money from and what he said. We understand that because how can you give someone $4,000 tax break of money? That's about 40 grand, 50 grand a year.
48. Well, you know what, caller? You know what the strategy in that is. The call for elections now, call elections and the waj to call elections is because he doesn't have an answer for all of these questions about the promises that he's making. So before he is pushed too much to provide the answers that he does not have, he wants elections to be called so his feet will not be held to the fire for the explanation, and that he will skate through in the elections by mama-guying the people with those promises that they would have never had a chance to get an answer to. And once they're inside, you're already done. That's the strategy there.
So now about what you want, he said it already, and he said how many times already, we want an answer. Where he's going to take the money from? And I know that can never happen in never.
At all.
Not in this way we live in.
Property taxes too, don't forget that.
Yeah, and let's again, in the UK, I think tax bill is when you're in 12 grand a year, 12 grand a year, you don't pay tax. 12, anything you earn, it could be £1 more than 12 grand, or I think 12, between 12 to 13, you don't pay no tax. But if you just go to 48 grand,
48, 4,000.
48,000. That could never happen in this tax, and for that alone, no one should vote for him. Yeah, it is promises.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. Caller, thank you so much for calling in. You sound a little bit on bad low. Thank you very much there. The quality of the audio on your end there. Good morning, you on the air. Let's keep it real.
Good morning, Mr. Number.
Good morning.
I don't think that thing Joachim doing there, I don't think he have good head. Because all of them going bad. You mean tell me a church, a praying, people pray in the church. You mean you doing, Mr. Guy Joseph, that? What you have in your mind to go and do? There's a people that pray, sing. You mean they have young guys, young people. I mean, you want that in the church. Your mind not telling you, don't do these things in the church. I mean, when I check, if you have to tell Guy Joseph something, I mean, you can call him outside. The same way he passed with you, with your son that died, there's nothing bad he's telling you. You know, you could email in the same way, or you know where he lives in, or you can call him outside in the church. I mean, you can meet him in the office, whatever, what you have to tell him. After all, in the church, you do these things in the church, and nobody from in the party from him not tell him what he is doing is bad. None of them don't tell him that. So everybody give him the right what you have doing. After all, it's time The government has to put his foot down and look for about that. Because it's not the right thing he's doing. And you're a big man already. And you are a brother, even though you are a brother, not or his father or sister, and your brother in your church. You do him that after all, and you want your right? You think that's a good thing you did? I mean, after all, you not respect your church. You just respect the people, the growing up. What about the people that are growing up in the church? And you did it, and you want your right? Oh my God, oh my God, my God, oh my God. These people, I don't know. Thank you very much, Mr. Number.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you for keeping it real. 456-0931 if you want to give me a ring-a-ling on the ting-a-ling right here in the studio. And if you want to give me a call via WhatsApp, the WhatsApp number for WhatsApp calls, if you call direct to that number, I'm not going to answer it. WhatsApp is for WhatsApp. You can send a message or you can call via WhatsApp 485-0931. 485-0931. Yeah. So we have quite a few messages here, so I'm going to put the phones off the hook for a second and read a few of these. Norby, bonjour, keeping it real, need some enlightenment. I read yesterday on Facebook that the CDB was expressing some concerns. Kindly give us your take on the veracity of that announcement. I haven't seen that. I don't know what those concerns are. I live in the diaspora and I follow Sky FM and GVD TV programming because they are the only mediums that give their followers factual information backed up by evidence. I have listened to many callers over the past months, and though I have listened to many callers over the past months, and though they have made some wonderful contributions in support of this UWP administration, they have clearly missed the real psychological engineering of the SLP. And from my observations, if this situation continues, the UWP will be in serious trouble come the general elections. I don't know what you're referring to, why you make that statement. What exactly? The SLP's base, which has already been indoctrinated the Labour Party has and continues to intimidate the people of this country, and these people will not even call a talk show, much less speak in public against the SLP. Now to my point. Oh, you're getting to your point now. While I understand that the United Workers' Party, because of its non-confrontational nature, is trying not to stir up disorder in the country, they are inadvertently displaying weakness as a government. The St. Lucia Labour Party clearly shows that they have more power in opposition than the UWP has in government, and that is dangerous. The continuous disregard for law and order by the SLP and their supporters, for example, the breach of the COVID-19 protocols, threats by its members at all levels, parliamentarians making threats in the House of Parliament, threatening the police when they perform their constitutional duties, threats and insults via their supported media, by their operatives posing as media personnel, physical attacks on UWP parliamentarians and supporters, not being accountable to the citizens of this country for the blatant mismanagement of the country's affairs, refusing to provide proper evidence. Well, that's a little long, they call us. That long. But I guess we get the idea. It's my Earth Day. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Another message. Good morning, Norbert. The SLP and supporters are enemies of progress. Okay, this call from the so-called Bajan person, this was staged and the accent is just a cover-up. Let this so-called male caller and the female talk show host know that there is nothing, absolutely nothing, they can or will do to force the Prime Minister to call elections before he is ready. Their behavior will get worse because the devils they have provoked on Fair Helen is coming at them for its payment. We will see a lot more happening. We will read and hear a lot more. SLP just starts sitting and waiting in opposition. They've just started. Folks, I've said so myself, you know. I've said so myself. You will see more. There's more to come because they're desperate. They see the writing on the wall, and all that they've thrown from the beginning of this cycle, from June the 16th, the negativity, the doom and gloom, the opposition at every single opportunity has not worked. Everything that they have tried to destabilize and undermine the government has not worked. We're on the dawn, on the, what do you want to call it? Elections is on the horizon and coming fast. And they see no way. All how they try, whatever they try, it's not working. They are devoid of ideas. They will make promises, but they have no explanation. And the promises, they want to keep them as just promises, pie in the sky. And that is why they want to force the hand of the Prime Minister to call elections almost immediately. Because if he does not do that, they have no explanation for the people on how they're going to accomplish the outlandish promises that they're making. No income tax, $4,000 a month. If you make $4,000, up to $4,000, no tax on that. But people who are making $1 million a month or $100,000 a month, they still benefit. No property taxes. The majority of the Malawi own their homes. So the people who own the $1 million houses, $2 million houses, $500,000 houses, $750,000 houses, they're not going to be paying property taxes anymore. But when the government does not receive that revenue, how is it making up for it? They're going to increase VAT. And when you increase VAT, what happens? The Malawi paying for it more. Don't be fooled, my friends. Don't be fooled. See a next message here. Caller. Hey. You should have sent well, now I know. I understand. The site that thing is on there, I'm not even going to pay any credence to that because I can guarantee you it's a little bit of fact woven in with a lot of lies and half-truths and malmene of yourself. That there's no credibility to that site, caller. I ain't even going to mention the name. The person who sent me the link there, that website is a propaganda tool. Okay? It's a propaganda tool. Go to the real source of the information and there you will be able to understand. Now you're talking about it. Yeah, and somebody else sent it to me. Yeah, that's a propaganda tool of the Hakalaks. Good morning. I watched with amazement yesterday when I saw our senior correspondent. Yeah. Our senior. Who's our? Our Kisa. Call, I ain't even gonna give that. I ain't even gonna give that any credence. The stupidity of people. There are processes, there are institutions, there are bodies in place for promotion in the police force. There are bodies in place. There are systems and rules in place. I'm not going to be perpetuating the stupidity and the ignorance of convicted felons as some sort of authority or understanding of anything. I ain't wasting my time. Okay? Somebody sent something there. I cannot even understand. I can't even understand what's... I'm trying, but I can't even make out what's there. Huh? Oh, how did this message get there? Okay. Keeping it real. The person says, Romello from Canada, watching UWP all the way. Next message. Good morning, Norbert. When even some disappointed SLP supporters are quietly expressing disappointment in Philip Pierre, it shows the state of the SLP. A man who could not manage a constituency, who has performed miserably as party leader, is incompetent and should be kept far from prime ministership. Philip Pierre's weak handling of his own party says he just does not have it, will not have it, and so the SLP's best bet is to look to 2026. Norbert, it is more than obvious. The SLP, when desperate, usually resorts to their weapon of choice, dirty propaganda, copy and paste, to foster civil unrest. Now it's racial rhetoric. So I ask, how will that advance the cause of St. Lucia and St. Lucians in these rocky COVID-19 times, fooling their supporters? It's down there. Good morning, Nobby. It's so disheartening to see and hear this kind of statements on the media. This goes to show you how the Labour Party will go to any ends as to destroy this country. St. Lucians have to think about their children's future and do the right thing. This government is the way forward. Not a damn seat for them. UWP all the way. Folks, sometimes you have to take... Good morning, Norbert Williams. Norbert Williams, a blessed day to you. Yeah, some people need to stop lying about the Prime Minister. I ain't going to mention that name here because we know that's the Alan Shastney show. So what do you expect? Are you really expecting anything different? If one show by that individual goes by without the mention of Alan Shastney, he's going to get sick. He's going to have to be admitted somewhere. If he does not mention, I challenge him one day. Do I have 5 cents there somewhere? They still make 5 cents coins, a quarter. I'll give him a quarter. I give him a quarter. $1 coin. If he can do his next show coming up today, I give you $1. If you can do that show without mentioning Alan Shastney's name at least once, not mention it at all, no reference to him, nada, I give you $1. Payday coming up, I give you 5. If you can do tonight's episode without mentioning Alan Shastney's name or any reference to him. Some people tell you it's easier to see a camel go through the eye of a needle than to see that happen. Good morning. A defeat at the next polls will signal the political demise of the entire leadership of the SLP. That's why it is so desperate. I completely agree. The desperate effort to attain power, their desperate effort to attain power is on life support and they can't afford to lose. Desperation in full effect. Good morning, big brother. The new... I won't say that. You'll have to propagate that elsewhere. Good morning. I would like to recommend the song They Woke in Obia by Fayan Lyons to the SLP. Please play that song, Norbert. They Woke in Obia? Are they? I don't know. They Woke in Obia. Let me see if we have that. Yeah. Let's see. Obia. Fayan Lyon. Not a damn seat for them.
I'll join the alliance too. Not a damn seat for them. And they'll go find something for you to do. Not a damn seat for them. I hear you make best a senator. Not a damn seat for them. If Footy make you party lawyer.
Obia.
To protect yourself and be covered, cause your happiness to them is a bother. So they cock in the as they hear your business, so they know how much portion they need to mix, cause they walking. Oh, yeah. Watch them. Some of them envious people like. Oh, yeah.
Somebody wanted to send that out to the SLP.
They find in life you're getting so easy, opportunities and making good money. So instead of working hard for their own bread, they rather use Obia and get your life instead, cause they walking. Obia. Watch them. Some of them envious people in. Obia. Trust me. Look, money stop it. Hey. I say they walking. Obia. I say they like it. Obia.
Hey, they work in Obia. Not a damn seat for them.
Not a damn seat for them. Not a damn seat for them. Not a damn seat for them. Not a damn seat for them.
Getting back to the messages via WhatsApp, Romanus Lancico left a legacy, was the first to ask for a new hospital, started raising funds to fix Victoria Hospital, built a Marsham Market, which Pierre deliberately abandoned. Pierre has not done anything for the people except a toilet in the Marsham Boulevard and a half court in Pavé. There you go. Good morning, Mr. Williams. Good morning, Mr. Williams. That hot show last night, I think you need to do a part 2, but that must have been Tuesday. On the you need to do a part 2. And when I look at those videos that were broadcast, I'm only seeing the doctors in the house, and also I believe that Mr. Pierre had just gotten his letter of his new portfolio as Deputy Prime Minister of St. Lucia, so it couldn't travel. No, but the SLP didn't have a plan from 2011 to 2016. Still no plan in 2021. I think the SLP should check with the Ministry of Planning. Some of y'all are so funny. Okay. Mr. Williams, without the Prime Minister, this... I really don't understand what you're saying there. Okay. Next one. No, but have you heard? I ain't even gonna give any credence to these things. I'm not gonna give any credence to that. Can I do a whole show without mentioning Philip J. Pierre or the SLP? Well, why don't you tune in and hear? If he says anything that needs to be dealt with, he's running for office, then I will. How you like that, caller? How you like that? How's your day over there in Barbados, ma? All going on there? You want to tell us about the state of emergency and the situation over there that everybody touted was doing better than St. Lucia and Jasney? And all of them doing the same thing St. Lucia has been doing. But y'all won't say that, will you? Y'all won't say when St. Lucia is doing better. The only time you want to concentrate on St. Lucia is when there's a difference. But all of y'all sink in your own country for the sake of idiots. Idiotic. That's what I say. Mr. Norbert, just so you don't want the man to have his show tonight, we both know it is almost impossible for him to not mention Prime Minister Alan Chastanet. For the past 5 years, that was the show. It's the Alan Chastanet show. Can you believe at one time, I must do it, I must go back and do it. In a segment of the show, the Alan Chastanet show, it was amazing that the Prime Minister's name was mentioned in a space of, I think it was 45 minutes, if I recall correctly, over 200 times. That is an obsession. That is a sickness. It's a mental disease. It's a mental disease, an obsession to mention somebody's name on a show more than 200 times in less than an hour. Something must be definitely wrong. There's no way you can get away from that. I don't know if Alan Chasney gave the man a GoPwell or what it is. I don't know. Something has to be wrong, man. Okay, the regular line is back on the hook. 456-0931. 456-0931. I was talking earlier, reading about this thing that was going around yesterday, that the Prime Minister was seeking the approval of the U.S. to delay elections by 2 years. I mean, come on, man. This is nonsense. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Mr. Robert, my greatest fear with the St. Lucia Labour Party is that Philip JPS said if he comes into office, he's going to give, I'll put it this way, the entire country are going to have tax-free.
The entire country is what?
Will be tax-free.
Why did he say that? What? I don't seem to recall that.
Listen to me, since he said everybody that earning $4,000
and less,
down.
$4,000, the first $4,000.
Right.
No tax on that. Per month, per month.
And listen to me, the majority of teachers will not pay tax.
Yeah.
The majority of police nurses will not pay tax. Because for a teacher to earn about $4,000, let's say the principals of the schools, you must have degree, you know. Because I had a friend who was a principal, and she told me she's not getting $4,000 a month because she don't have a degree as a principal. So all the rest of the teachers below the principal getting less than that. So none of those people will be paying tax. So where are you going to generate revenues to run the country?
I don't know. He sells sand on the beach.
You understand? We don't have anything and anything much. So how are we going to run the country?
Caller, that is why when you hear that, when you hear wiping out no property taxes, when you hear all the outlandish promises that are being made by Philip J. Pierre and the opposition, then you will understand why they want to rush the Prime Minister into announcing elections, because if that happens, they will not have time to explain to the people of St. Lucia how they're going to accomplish that. You get it?
I get it.
Right.
And I know how, because most probably they're going to raise the VAT to 20%.
I did some of my own basic calculations, and I came up with about 19%. So 20%.
If you already gave so much tax break for so many people, put the VAT to 17, 18, 19%. Yeah. Those people who get the tax will be paying tax the other way around.
Well, say la Saint Lucien more, because in these times then now, where is the SLP plan?
Madness. You know why?
Madness.
Again, because Alan Chasney has been doing very well.
Absolutely.
In fixing the roads.
The wood will tell the world.
Yeah, the road network will be intact.
Yeah.
So most probably for the next 10, 12 years, they will not have any reason to fix any roads because the roads are already fixed. Right. So they're going to have a break in not fixing roads.
Did you watch the show Tuesday night? Did you watch Keeping It Real on Tuesday night?
No, I didn't watch it, but I really don't miss that. You know why? Maybe the body was... I had to go and rest a little bit early. Yeah. So what are you going to have tonight?
Who?
And so I heard on the air a while ago that you're going to have something on the air tonight.
Who? Me?
No, the other side. Okay. Anyway, have a good day.
Thank you very much, caller. Thanks for keeping it real. 456-0931. 456-0931. And we have our next call. Good morning. You on the air. Let's keep it real. Morning. I'm doing good. How are you doing today?
I'm fine.
All right, talk to me.
People could make a lot of promises, you know.
Anybody
but
can
the important
promise.
thing is keeping it.
That's right.
Because the tax thing that they are putting in front of St. Lucian, it's a good package to sell for the people. It is attractive. So the thing is that if you follow it and you vote for them, when they come in, what you expect? They're already in, you know. There's nothing that could demand them to give you this, to keep the promises. You remember the 100 million?
Immediately into the economy.
Immediately.
Yeah.
What did an educator say immediately mean?
Right away. We're still waiting for immediately, you know.
But I'm telling you. So St. Lucians better be careful. Because if you're going to fish, you get the best bait.
Caller, you know what Philip JP is practicing there right now? It's called the old carrot in front the donkey trick.
Okay.
You're right? You're hanging it on a rope piece, buiklapa ale. So every step he takes, he thinks he's going to get to the carrot, but the carrot is moving with him. So he can ale do van ipai heme henoye.
But when I was young, we were using mango skin to pull out the crab of the hole.
Uh-huh.
You know, but we got the crabs. But I'm telling St. Lucia, that tax promises, they will not keep that just that, as they didn't keep the 100 million. And I want to tell the youth, whatever these people promise them, don't follow it.
They ain't going to get it.
They ain't going to get it. Okay, thanks, Norbert.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you for keeping it real. 456-0931. Give me a ring-a-ling on the ting-a-ling right here in the studio at 7:39 in the morning. If you're coming down from the north and you're in traffic, thank you, welcome, and good morning to you, and thank you very much. Good morning, you on the air. Let's keep it real.
There's something I wanted to find out.
Yes.
About somebody yesterday, a police officer. He said about the Prime Minister. Called somebody. The day they was burying their father.
The police officer, the person you're talking about, said that where?
Yeah, in Castries.
In Castries way, on the street, by the market? What?
Yeah, on the street by the...
On the street? So that's it. Did the person say that to you?
They were saying that to somebody else.
And somebody else said that to you?
No, the person was saying, I overheard that the Prime Minister called somebody.
So, caller, I'm not going to go with that. That's, that's neither here nor. How are we proving that? How we know that's credible information? I am not going to allow you to continue to say that. I mean...
I find something is really wrong with that incident in Forest here. You understand? But that incident that person was talking about had to do with the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister actually called somebody and said that he's in charge of the constituency on the day that person was burying their father. He called them at the cemetery.
Caller, what? Caller. Caller, you still try and find a roundabout way to push that in there. That doesn't make any sense. Good morning, you on the air. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Nabo.
Morning, sir.
I don't know if I can understand English very well. You see, you tell me an ambassador was an ambassador right now, and the people investigating about the vehicle.
Well, hold on. Oh, slow down, callers. Let's try that again. What are you saying?
What? Maybe I can understand the English properly.
Yeah.
You see, what are you trying to tell me? Ambassador.
Who's trying to tell you that? Who's trying to tell you that?
What? I'm trying to understand something, because what I'm trying to say, this, frankly, I wonder how can people investigate until rescue for Vicky and he coming up for politics. That's what I'm worrying about. This man should have never go for politics in this country.
You're referring. Hold on, caller. You're referring to Ernest Hilaire?
Exactly.
Right, and you say, and you're asking, how is it that he has charges against him before the courts, and they're not resolved, and he's intending to run for elections?
But that's my problem.
That's your question.
That's my problem.
Right.
A big question. That cannot be. So if that's in chance, and those people like they're pulling St. Lucia a lot. Now, if in case that might come there right now, a disaster will pass in our pocket, man. People have to look into that big time. First time I call you now, but I just
Thank
think
you
that
very
was
much.
burning me, man.
We get it. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for keeping it real. Folks, this is a question that I've asked, right? I've asked this question. Let us just suppose, we just suppose in here, that the person in question wins the elections and then is later found to be guilty. Good morning. You're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Good morning, Mr. Williams.
Morning, sir.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Okay, I'm good as well. I'm looking for updates now. Not that talking about the issues are not relevant. They are very relevant. But a few offenses have been committed, especially those involving the Prime Minister. And I'm calling to find out if I notice you can multitask very well.
What offenses? Hold on.
on-
Which offenses have been committed by the Prime Minister?
Okay, I'm talking about the church incident, and I clearly think
How does that involve the Prime Minister?
No, this one involves the minister. The one involving the prime minister would be the one involving the host that had the Bajan accent.
Oh, the talk show situation.
Caller.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. I'm asking, has there been any statement made
By whom?
by the media or somebody in authority concerning investigation on that matter or on any matter relating to this? There was a man, I think.
Well, I know there's been a number of calls into at least one talk show yesterday of people expressing serious concerns about the purported caller who made those, if I could say, threats. In my opinion, let me tell you, in my opinion, that was not a random call. It was a staged call. That is my opinion.
Yeah, but there is some kind of threat to assemble for a nefarious cause.
Yeah.
And I would wonder if that doesn't have to do with the police doing an investigation and at least mentioning to the public if that is under investigation. Because
hold on, caller, hold on. I'm almost certain that this matter is under investigation by the police. There are certain cases, there are certain instances where the police will not say anything about where they are with an investigation or what they're pursuing. But I think it's reasonable to assume, seeing especially the alarm of the public, that this matter is under serious investigation. I have absolutely no doubt.
Yeah, you said you're almost certain, and it would be reasonable to assume. All these are words that don't give any certainty into that. But have you heard any statement, anything at all from any authority saying that the police is looking into it? Because what I'm
I have not. No, I have not, and I don't think there has been.
And my concern is really about the silence of the police in this whole matter. This is not even a political issue anymore. It's really about the safety and security of the country, in particular the safety of the head of state. You know, they have some reports of that have the content of threats to the Prime Minister's family.
Caller, before you go further, I heard you yesterday because I recognized the voice. And what you're saying right now, I absolutely agree with you. But we also have to look at the other aspect of it too, and a lot of people are looking at a direct threat. Well, the thing is, there are a number of different ways that you can look at this. In my opinion, I don't think that the people or what was being said on the show is meant to be, I think it's a cover. That's what I think. That there are individuals who have their plan and they will use the cover of a crowd to conceal or to facilitate what they have to do, or that what was being pushed out there is a distraction for whatever reason from something else. Okay?
One of the role of the police is reassurance.
Confidence in
We need to know that
I
the
agree.
police is doing something. And
I agree. I agree.
Without revealing what is being done,
I agree.
there should be a voice, which is absent now. There should be a voice stating that the police is looking into this. We cannot reveal our tools or what is being done, but the police is taking that very
Caller, I agree with you 200%. Absolutely.
And I don't know where it should start, but the silence is worrisome to me, because you have people in the diaspora, which is used a lot, people who are working hard overseas and who are looking to come to a peaceful St. Lucia. And if they are listening to this, and after almost a month of some kind of report, or a report that involves the head of state of a country, and there is nothing
hold on, caller.
the action being
Slow down,
taken,
caller.
or seemingly so.
Caller, hold on. When you say a month, you're referring firstly to the incident at the church in Forestier, and recently, within the past few days, with the incident on the talk show where the guy called in.
Yes.
Right. Just want everybody to understand where you're going with that.
Yes, certainly. Let me ask just from you. I heard a breaking news from you yesterday concerning a 12-year-old boy in whose school bag, I assume, was found a firearm.
Well, it was also revealed on the talk show that you called yesterday afternoon.
Okay. Do you have any update on that?
No, I don't.
Taken for questioning?
I don't. I guess in the course of today we should hear about that. But then also, I think there will be a little bit of, information can be given without giving too much information, but pertinent information to the public. I would suppose if that student is in Form 1, then he would be about 10, 11 years old, somewhere around there. So names, if there are no charges or anything of the sort, and he's a minor, so there will be a little bit of sensitivity around that. But nevertheless, there's information that can still be made public, because people need to know. If you have a child going to that school, you would want to know what precipitated that situation, what measures are in place to protect your child. There's a number of questions to ask.
Yeah, that's all. I'm calling for information now. I'm calling to find out what is being done about certain reports that have elements of criminality in them.
I would suppose the police should make a statement today. I think it's sensible to conclude.
The silence of authorities, and in particular the police, seems not going too well for the country. An update can be given or let people know that something is being done about it without revealing exactly what it is.
I agree with you, Colin.
But the absence of anything being said is
perpetuates fear, concerns, and insecurity in people, wondering whether anything is being done. I absolutely agree with you.
Okay, I'll be listening.
Okay. Thank you very much, caller.
Update comes.
Thank you for calling. Thank you very much. 4560931, and let's check WhatsApp for any messages. Let's see here. We have quite a few again. Somebody said they'll increase my offer of $5 so that a certain talk show host won't mention the Prime Minister's name tonight. They said, I'll take it up to $7.99. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Bitch,
Yes.
tell me something. How many people in Solution do you think that makes over $4,000 a month?
I don't know. Not too many.
Huh?
Not too many. Well, how many make 4,000 more? Well, certainly not the poor man making $4,000. Well, a lot. Who making 4,000 more? Everybody makes 4,000 and less a month, because the first 4,000 of your salary is going to be untaxed.
I'm asking how many people in St. Lucia that makes over $4,000 a month. Over.
I don't know. I don't know.
This guy's a real joker, you know.
What do you mean?
This
What
guy-
hold on. What do you mean by that? Because it's irrelevant who makes more than 4,000. The point is the first $4,000 is going to be tax free. So whether you make $4,000, whether you make 3, whether you make 5, 4,000 is going to be off taxes. That's what
My
it means.
question, so therefore, people will be getting taxed, will be making over $4,000.
No. The first $4,000. If you make $4,000 and less, you will not
I
pay
said-
taxes on the
I
4,000.
said the people are making $4,000 and over. Over $4,000.
What about them?
They will be paying taxes.
Well, I am to assume that they won't be paying on the first 4,000. Because when you are you understanding this properly?
No. You got me there. The van says everybody that makes under $4,000, under $4,000 and under, tax free.
Yes, so that includes everybody. That includes everybody. So if you make $10,000 a month, the first $4,000 will be tax free.
My question to you: how many people?
I don't know how many people. It doesn't matter.
That's all like a joke to me.
Doesn't matter. So in essence, the people who are making more money will also benefit from not paying taxes on their first $4,000.
So where are you going to get the rest of the money from?
But that's the big question everybody's asking.
This man, listen, so this is what I want to say, you know. This man says he's following the footsteps of Kenny Anthony. And Kenny Anthony is a loser. The world knows Kenny Anthony is a loser. Another thing, the gentleman that called just now was making a very valid point. We ain't hearing anything whatsoever from the Commissioner of Police. No statement, nothing at all. Nada. The man is right. The Commissioner of Police is just there quiet. Ain't saying a word. And that is scary.
One of
Because
the
we have
important
all-
things, caller, let me tell you something. One of the important things about PR is not only when you have a disaster or whatever. In this instance, when you have a situation of intense public concern, the police or whatever agency needs to make a statement that they are aware, number one, because the people need to be confident that they're going to be safe. And even though you may not have a resolution at the point, the confidence of the public that the police or whatever agency is taking the actions necessary to make them safe are important. You will reiterate the protocols. You will remind people that we're under a state of emergency, that there's a curfew, that we have COVID-19, that there's social distancing rules in effect, no mass crowd events, blah, blah, blah. However, if anybody decides to flaunt the regulations or to go ahead with any such thing without the permission of the Commissioner of Police, and the Commissioner of Police will say, I'm just saying here, that no permission will be given for any such action, because clearly this individual is promoting a mass crowd event. In the event that anybody flaunts these regulations, the police will take immediate or swift and decisive actions. That makes the public confident that they will be safe, because that area the individual is talking about is a heavily trafficked area. There are a number of malls, there's supermarkets, stores, businesses, there's the beach, there are hotels, there are other places, there are restaurants and everything where people frequent. So people need to be confident. And that, you see, caller, again, I'm saying that is a test run. Because these people out there want to intimidate St. Lucians for the polls. So they want to see the effect of making these threats, of throwing these things out there, and how people will react, how the police are going to react. You know, it's just like people who are going out to commit crimes. They go and bomb places or assassinate people and do things. They are test runs. They drive by to see how many people are there. They hang out in restaurants around to see how many people going in and out. How are they going to be able to do their stuff? This is a dry run. It's a test run to see what the response is going to be, what the resolve of the police is. That's what it is, a test run.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Okay? You have 1 more minute.
Let me ask you, take all my time now, you tell me 1 minute, man?
You have 1 minute.
What would that person that made the threats in the assembly against the Honorable Guy Joseph and our great
Say that, say that again, caller.
What about the person that made the threat for putting bombs under the chairs under the seats?
I don't know.
The Honorable Guy Joseph.
What about her?
And our great Prime Minister.
I talk about it all the time.
Have you heard anything about that?
Not really.
Good, that's one. Two, have you heard anything about getting arrested for committing treason in Dominica?
He ain't gonna get arrested for that. That's a totally different
Or questioned?
I think the leader of the opposition, by virtue of that statement by Ernest Hille in Dominica, he should be invalid to run, invalidated to run the next election.
It is planned in St. Lucia.
Yeah. 30 seconds, caller. This morning I gotta get out of here on time.
Back under the police. I want about a guy got arrested after the terrorist Joaquin Henry did his act. A guy got arrested after that.
Yeah.
Right?
2 guys.
After that.
Yeah.
And something happened to the guy, but nothing can happen to the Joaquin Henry.
Okay, that's it, caller. I gotta go. Thank you very much. Have a great day. I'll take one more call before I go here. Let me try and read 1 or 2 more comments from the WhatsApp crew. Let's see here. I have insisted that Buddy's Thursday night show should be renamed Shas on My Chest. No, but if that talk show host is so against Alan Chasney, I offer him a challenge. Run against Alan Chasney in Miku South, and if he wins, that would be the crowning glory for him. Case will be closed. That is my challenge to Buddy. He is from Miku. Show us your metal, Buddy. Yeah, there we go. Another message. My PM is looking for herd immunity, but the PM in waiting has already achieved herd stupidity. Okay. Next one. Good day, Mr. Williams. You began reading my message but didn't continue because it's too long. That's fine. However, you need to read the entire message and you will understand. It isn't a criticism of the government, but simply informing on an observation I made. I didn't say it was. I just said it was just way too long. Good morning, Mr. Williams. I believe this talk show host is jealous of Alan Chasney. Well, he will be tired of mentioning his name because he will be Prime Minister for a very long time. We have 2 more. You're really impatient this morning. Yeah, well, time is against me here, you know. I'm not impatient. I'm just keeping it real. Hi, Norbert. Haven't heard of the imminent eruption of the dormant volcano in Soufrière predicted for August 15th, 2021. Our final call this morning. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real. You're the final caller. Good morning. Hello. Hello. Good morning, you're on the air. Let's keep it real.
Yes, I just have a comment to make. I'm a 2 passport holder and I vote on both sides of the pond. The Labour Party is just like the Republican Party in the United States. They are projectors. They project everything. They lie, they cheat, and they try to confuse people. That's all I have to say.
Thank you very much, caller. Thanks for keeping it real. And that was our final call this morning. One last message here. Mr. Williams, I don't know if you can remember this gentleman that got shot. I think he was a statesman and he had to undergo some operation in a neighboring island. He subsequently died. I don't know. I don't understand what you're saying. Okay. All right. That's it, folks. That's it for this morning. Thank you so much for joining me on another morning edition of Keeping It Real. Those of you in the diaspora, let me have a look over in Canada, Antigua, Those of you on your mobile devices all around St. Lucia, I see you there. To Puerto Rico, good morning. Martinique, bonjour. Cayenne, bonjour. Guadeloupe, bonjour là aussi. L'Angleterre, Inglaterra. Those of you in the UK, United Kingdom, London, good morning to you. Good afternoon. Antigua, Canada, good morning to you. In St. Martin, good morning to you. St. Croix, good morning to you. In Trinidad, Grenada, good morning to you. St. Vincent, Barbados, man, good morning to you. Beiji, morning to you over there in Australia. New Zealand, we have New Zealand. Good morning. Good evening, New Zealand. Is it evening over there yet? Good day, mate. And all of you all over the world, thank you so much for joining me one more time for another episode of Morning Edition, actually, of Keeping It Real. Don't forget, tomorrow, coming up right here, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., I'll be joined by none other than my trusty host, my hostess, the one and only Minerva Ward. Tomorrow morning, don't miss it. It's going to be hot as usual. And coming up at 9 o'clock this morning, the man, Champagne, with Champagne in the morning, 9 o'clock until 12. And joining him at 10 will be the police to discuss the hot topics. And I believe Champagne said yesterday, and quite a number of you called, going to be talking about that statement that was made on that talk show. Thank you so much once again for joining me for the morning edition of Keeping It Real. I'm Norbert Williams. Hope you have a wonderful day. It's going up to a high today of 86 degrees. Have a lovely day, folks. Bye-bye.
The character of our country tomorrow depends on the extent to which our young people are equipped to assume the mantle of responsibility. To place emphasis on the youth is to articulate an act of faith in a better tomorrow for our people. The late Louis George, Education Minister. It is my responsibility to tell the stories and to relate the realities of substance, leadership, and perseverance, bringing you the evidence of good governance, transforming lives, the literature and principles, performance, importance, and brilliance of the United Workers' Party. I am Diana Williams, and this is the UWP Working for You.
Hello everyone, I'm Norbert Williams, right here on Sky FM 93.1. Join me Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. for the morning edition of Keeping It Real. And on Tuesdays and Fridays, Minerva Ward joining me from Canada, right near the North Pole. Although it's cold over there, it's gonna be hot in here. Don't you forget, Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. on GVD TV and streaming live on Facebook. Don't you miss it.